Did you know that the secret to transforming the greatest challenges of your life into your biggest opportunities may have been discovered thousands of years ago? Imagine facing life's storms with a calm so powerful that nothing could disturb your inner peace. It sounds like a superpower, doesn't it? Well, it's not just a fantasy. This ancient wisdom comes from the stories and legends of Greek mythology, offering us timeless lessons in strength, courage, and wisdom. In an era where uncertainty seems to be the only certainty, the stories of goddesses, heroines, and mythical Greek figures can serve as the anchor we're all searching for. What if I told you that through these stories we could learn 10 Stoic principles for immediate life transformation? These principles are not only about thought, but action, living a life filled with purpose, resilience, and happiness, no matter what life throws our way. It's not about suppressing emotions, but about understanding and managing them to lead a more fulfilling life. So, if you're facing stress, adversity, or are simply seeking more joy in daily life, stay with me. Today, we're going to dive deep into the wisdom of Greek mythology, discovering how these ancient stories can transform not only how we think, but also how we live. Stick with me until the end without skipping anything, because every moment of this video is a step toward discovering wisdom that could change your life. Have you ever felt like Sisyphus, condemned by the gods to eternally push a boulder up a hill, only to see it roll down each time it reached the top? Sometimes in life, we feel trapped in situations beyond our control, frustrated and powerless. But Athena, the goddess of wisdom and strategy, teaches us the importance of focusing on what we can control. When Athena assisted heroes like Odysseus, she couldn't control the winds or the storms they encountered, but she could offer them wisdom and strategies to face adversity. Similarly, we can't control external events like others' behavior or unforeseen circumstances, but we can control our reactions and decisions. This perspective allows us to stay calm, even in the most difficult situations, finding solutions instead of fixating on problems. Consider how Odysseus dealt with the sirens. He knew he couldn't change the alluring nature of their song, but he could control his reaction to it. So, he had himself tied to the mast of his ship, while his men plugged their ears with wax. This example shows us that by focusing on what is within our control, we can overcome seemingly insurmountable obstacles. Hercules and his famed 12 labors perfectly illustrate how to turn challenges into opportunities. Each task assigned to him seemed impossible: killing the Nemean lion with impenetrable skin, capturing the Erymanthian boar, or cleaning the Augean stables in a single day. Yet Hercules used not only his strength, but also his intellect to overcome these trials. He used his mind as much as his muscles, finding creative solutions to seemingly unsolvable problems. Likewise, when we face difficulties in our lives, we can choose to see them not as unscalable walls, but as steps toward personal growth. Each challenge we overcome makes us stronger, wiser, and better prepared to face the future. Adversity can be the fertile ground from which our resilience grows. Think also of Prometheus, who stole fire from the gods to give it to humanity. Despite the eternal punishment he suffered, his act represents the light of knowledge that arises from challenging limitations. His suffering was not in vain, but paved the way for human progress. The story of Orpheus and Eurydice serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of living in the present. Orpheus, after losing his beloved, descended into the underworld to bring her back. He was allowed to lead her out, provided he did not look back at her before reaching the sunlight. Consumed by anxiety and doubt about the future, he looked back and lost her forever. This tragic story teaches us that anxiety about the future can make us lose what we have in the present. Living in the present means appreciating what we have now, without dwelling on the past or excessively worrying about the future. Like Demeter, who cherished every moment with Persephone, knowing their time together was limited, we can learn to be fully present in every moment of our lives. Each instant is unique and will not return. Living it to the fullest enriches our human experience. Odysseus is the epitome of self-discipline. In his long journey home, he faced countless temptations: the enchanting song of the sirens, Circe's island, and the oblivion offered by the lotus flower. However, his determination to return to his family pushed him to resist these distractions. By binding himself to the mast of his ship to listen to the siren's song without yielding, he showed that self-discipline requires preparation and willpower. In our lives, self-discipline is the key to achieving our goals. Whether it's developing a new skill, maintaining a healthy lifestyle, or pursuing a career, it requires constant commitment and the ability to resist momentary temptations that may lead us astray. Like an athlete who trains daily to reach perfection, we must exercise our will to overcome both internal and external obstacles. The story of Psyche is a journey through the deepest emotions. After losing Eros, she faced seemingly impossible trials imposed by Aphrodite, sorting mixed seeds, retrieving golden wool, and bringing a vial from the underworld. Despite her despair, Psyche found the strength to continue, often with help from natural forces or kind creatures. She acknowledged her pain, but did not let it overpower her. Her emotional resilience enabled her to overcome the trials and reunite with her love. We can learn from Psyche to embrace our emotions without allowing them to control us. Emotional resilience allows us to weather inner storms, emerging stronger and more self-aware. It is essential to recognize that emotions are a core part of the human experience, but do not necessarily define our actions. Achilles' legend reminds us of the brevity of life. Knowing that his fate was to die young if he sought glory in battle, he chose to live fully, leaving an immortal legacy. Memento Mori is not a gloomy thought, but an invitation to live each day as if it were the last, valuing every experience and pursuing what truly matters to us. Remembering our mortality helps us put daily concerns into perspective and focus on what is truly meaningful. Like the leaves that fall in autumn, life is cyclical, and each moment is precious. This encourages us not to delay what is important and to live with intention and passion. Penelope, Odysseus's wife, patiently waited 20 years for his return. Despite the pressures of the suitors and the hardships, she maintained hope and found reasons for gratitude in her daily life. She appreciated the loyalty of her servants, the beauty of her home, and the possibility of reuniting with her love. Her story teaches us that gratitude can sustain us even in the most challenging times, illuminating our path. Practicing gratitude helps us focus on what we have rather than what we lack. It allows us to appreciate the small things in life, increasing our happiness and satisfaction. Every day offers opportunities to recognize and appreciate the gifts around us. Daedalus, the great inventor and craftsman, dedicated his life to perfecting his skills. He created wonderful works such as the labyrinth for the Minotaur and wings to fly. Despite facing tragedies, such as the loss of his son Icarus, he continued to dedicate himself to art and innovation. Focusing on personal excellence means constantly committing to self-improvement, finding fulfillment in the process of growth itself. Personal excellence is not about comparing oneself to others, but about surpassing one's own limits. Like the ancient Greek Olympic athletes who trained hard to reach their maximum potential, we can aspire to develop our skills and talents to the best of our abilities. Medusa's story is often told from the perspective of those who feared her. But if we look beyond, we see a figure who suffered injustices and misunderstandings. Medusa teaches us that we cannot control how others see us, but we can control how we see ourselves. We must not allow others' opinions to define our identity or worth. Being authentic and true to ourselves is what truly matters. Even Aphrodite, the goddess of love and beauty, despite her outer perfection, faced jealousy and criticism. This teaches us that, no matter how we appear or what we do, we cannot please everyone. Accepting this fact frees us from the weight of others' judgments and allows us to live authentically. Persephone, forced to split her time between the world of the living and the dead, represents the cycle of seasons and the inevitability of change. Her acceptance of fate brought balance to the world, with the alternation between spring and winter. Accepting change in our lives allows us to adapt and grow. When we embrace the flow of life instead of resisting, we find peace and new possibilities. Heraclitus, a Greek philosopher, said, You cannot step into the same river twice. This emphasizes that everything is in constant flux. Resisting change is like trying to stop the river's flow with your hands. By accepting change, we open ourselves to new experiences and opportunities. Every lesson from Greek mythology offers us a guide to facing life's challenges with courage, wisdom, and grace. It is not the difficulties we encounter that define us, but how we choose to respond to them. The strength we find in facing them, the wisdom we gain, and the compassion we show along the way make our lives a unique masterpiece. So don't just exist. Live with intention, authenticity, and passion. Remember the stories of these mythical figures not only as tales of the past, but as powerful tools for the present. Keep exploring ancient wisdom, growing and reflecting. If this journey through Greek mythology has inspired you, don't let the inspiration end here. Subscribe to our channel, like this video, and share it with anyone who could benefit from these timeless lessons. Thank you for spending this time with me. Until we meet again, remember to live not for applause but for a cause, the cause of being your truest self. Take care, and see you at the next step on our journey.